He was the last man to die in the Tennessee's electrical chair. He was David Earl Miller. He was a drifter. He was a killer. A symbol of the justice system grappling with its past and its future. He was David Earl Miller. He was born in 1961 in Ohio. David Miller had a troubled upbringing. The reports that I found, they suggest that his childhood was marked by instability and heavy amounts of abuse. As a younger adult, he moved from place to place. He was often always in trouble with the law. It was May of 1981 when Miller, then 20 years old, he met 23 years old Stanifer, a woman who had intellectual disabilities. She lived in Knoxville, Tennessee. They went on a date, but the night would end in horror. Miller brutally beat Lee with a fire poker, then repeatedly stabbed her to death. He left her body in a wooded area behind a home. The police found her. The brutality of the crime shocked even seasonal investigators. Miller was arrested shortly after. He confessed and was charged with first-degree murder. A jury found him guilty, and he was sentenced to death. What makes this so unique is that after the long, anguishing legal battle, over 36 years he was on death row. Miller's appeals included arguments about ineffective counsel, mental illness, and the Tennessee's death penalty system. David Miller made a choice. Rather than the lethal injection, he opted for the electrical chair. That's a method they use in Tennessee. David Miller became the second man in less than 2 months to decide this method. Why they were allowed to choose is beyond me. And the last man ever executed in the electrical chair in that state. On December 6, 2018, at 7:25 p.m., David L. Miller was pronounced dead at the Riverbend Maximum Security Institution. He gave his final statement. Lee Stanifer's family finally saw justice decades after her life was taken. But for many, it was lost in the shadows of the killer and the saga and all the stuff that surrounded his controversial decision. The main thing I want you to take away from this story is the fact that this poor woman lost her life. The execution, just the debate over the death penalty. But at the heart of this story, it's about a young woman whose stolen future and a system that took nearly 4 decades to deliver its final verdict. That's the main part of this. This woman had her life taken almost 40 years before this man was put to death. And all the controversy surrounding him deshadowed her. What did David L. Miller ask for his final meal on his death row? That was fried chicken, mashed potatoes, biscuits, and coffee. Now, in Australia, biscuits are like cookies, so I'm pretty sure they're like the scone things that Americans eat. So, yeah, that's what he wanted for his final dinner. Personally, I would have asked for more, but he doesn't even deserve any of that dinner. But anyway, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. Click the like for me. Share, you know the drill. Bye, guys.